Austin feeling awful racy here at the beginning. They're already catching up to the back of the pack as we complete lap number 6.
Back straight away. They go into turn number 3 and out of 4. Out in front. We got one around on the back straight away. Oh, my goodness. One around. No caution yet. I want to say that's car number 24, the number 24 machine of James Morey. And the caution will now come out. Caution lights are now illuminated around the speedway. 6 laps in of 40, 34 to go. And the first yellow flag, Mike Goins out of turn number 2.
Yeah, it looked like Jimmy Morey just got a little sideways trying to stay to the bottom of the racetrack as he spun around, come to a stop. 6 laps in the books. Hawkins, our leader. Case Bolt runs in second. Tim Dome in third. Eddie Carrier in fourth. R.J. Conley in fifth. Rod Conley, Chad Stapleton, Walker Arthur, Austin Mills, and Ryan Montgomery rounding out the top 10 here. 6 laps in the books. Again, Delaware double file restart, so R.J. Conley will be out front by himself. There'll be double file behind him all the way through until there's less than 10 to go, as I understand it. So
if we go under 10 laps to go, if there's 9 laps remaining, then we do go single file, yes.
We got it. I believe the 12 machine of Ryan Montgomery to a stop and talking with officials at the bottom of turn number 4.
Right.
He's in 10th position. He'll be behind Austin Mills and the 1AM machine.
How about the great run for the driver of car number 11, the Jayhawk, Jared Hawkins from Fairmont, West Virginia. His brother, Jacob Hawkins, another great contender in the world of modifieds. He's ran some late models as well. Jacob Hawkins actually got a crate late model, and he finished in the top 5. I think it was 3rd place at the Great American Crate Race at Tyler County Speedway back on July 7th. And he's doing a phenomenal job. I don't think he's even recorded any of this, so it's all good. Jared Hawkins, Steve Casebolt, Tim Dome, Eddie Carrier Jr., R.J. Conley, right now your top 5. Rod Conley, Chad Stapleton, Walker Arthur, Austin Mills, and Ryan Montgomery. And Mike, after the problems Ryan Montgomery had, he's still in the top 10, but it looks like that car is really, really ill-handling on the top side of the racetrack.
He started in 8th, and there was some contact there on about lap 2 or 3. I just seen it out of the corner of my eye in turn number 4. And he gathered it back up, so I don't know if that contact may have messed the front end up or what. But
that's right.
He's gathered it up. And, again, they're showing them a 1-to-go sign, so getting them double stacked through the field. Hawkins out front, but Casebolt was really closing up on him there right before the caution.
Right.
So we'll see what Steve Casebolt and Tim Dome have, as they're going to be both right on the back bumper of Jared Hawkins.
Ready to come back for the restart here. They'll exit off of 4. Back underway on lap number 6. 34 remaining. 3 cars for the lead. Whole shot's going to go to Hawkins, but here comes Steve Casebolt to the outside. He'll carry Team Dome with him, and Eddie Carrier Jr. to the bottom. They're 3 wide for second out of turn 4.
Hawkins continues to lead. Casebolt in second. Tim Dome has got his hands full.
Oh,
up the racetrack.
Casebolt goes up the racetrack. You're right, Mike Goins. A problem on the native out of Richmond, Indiana. Something amiss on the Masterbuilt car number C9. And we go right back under yellow flag 1 lap later. I wonder if he might have cut down a tire when he got up into the racetrack. A little contact maybe.
I don't know if it was a tire or something might have broke on it, but the car definitely made a hard or right-hand turn at the top of turn number 2 up the racetrack. And a tough break for Steve Casebolt. You see he's trying to drive away over there as they were sending the wrecker, but he's just going to loop it around. It looks like he's going to go back pit side, so he's going to be done.
So problems for Steve Casebolt in the C9 at Richmond, Indiana. One of the biggest wins of his career was winning at Eldora Speedway at the World 100. Talk about building your resume, changing your life. Remember, the granddaddy of dirt late model racing right here in Ohio, Rossburg, Ohio, coming up at Eldora in September 7th, 8th, and 9th. And for a man like Steve Casebolt, that changed his whole career. And you got guys like Tim Dome, a former fast track world champion, a great driver of super late model racing, Eddie Carrier Jr., Jared Hawkins, just great star-studded field in the top 5 in the early goings.
We've had the pleasure of seeing Casebolt here quite a bit. over the last few seasons. He has a tendency to come over here for a lot of our regular shows and big shows, being relatively close for him to haul over from Richmond, and he's been very good. Picked up a win earlier this season here, and we'll see what happens as he's gone to the pit side, so he didn't go to the hot pit, so he is done. And getting this lineup correct, and Lauren Longbreak stopping down in the bottom of turn number 4 to the attention of officials. Looks like she's going to pull away.
So again, you got to remember, I'm sorry, Mike, if your car goes to the hot pit, we'll give you that courtesy rule to pull sheet metal, do whatever work needs to be done. It's 2-lap courtesy rule if they cut down a tire. But if they go to their pit area in the overflow, you're parked. You're done for. So, long break stopped up in turn 4. Saw another car in the hot pit a moment ago. What's this little nice-looking thing here in the middle of the infield that's finally just caught my attention? Is that a demolition derby arena?
Absolutely. We have a couple of demolition derbies here throughout the season. So we had one earlier this year, a couple more later in the fall. So a little atomic bash action down there.
Nothing like smashing, crashing, and tearing some stuff up. There you go.
So getting double file, showing them the 1-to-go sign in the flag stand. 7 laps in the books. Again, some of these guys, I'm sure, just looking to put some laps down.
That's right.
And we'll see 40 laps. We'll see some of them probably gambled on a little harder tire for that 40 laps, and I'm sure somebody probably gambled on a softer tire. So we'll see what happens. Hawkins going to bring them back to the green flag.
They will get set back for the restart. They're in that box. The VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. They'll exit off a turn 4. We're back to green, Mike, in the opening night of the Buckeye Dirt Late Model Speedway.
Right away, 3 wide is RJ and
Whoa!
Together.
Conley, Chad Stapleton gets involved. The AM1 machine's also caught up in it of Austin Mills. He kicks up a cloud of dust. The mosquitoes are running for the hills. And we got another 3-car accident out of turn number 2.
RJ Conley is not happy with his brother, Rod.
Wow. Little family feud there.
They kind of went down into turn number 1, and Rod and RJ got together in turn number 1, and
now here's
right in
the
front
thing,
of everybody.
Mike. Here's the thing, Mike. According to our Fast Track Company International Ultimate rules, if you do not lose forward momentum, if you do not stop, you stay in your spot. You'll get your spot back. Now, if they stalled their cars, whoever stalled, they're going to the tail. So we're got to find out what the call is going to be made here. DJ Irvine, general manager behind there, already talking to the Ultimate Buckeye Speed Week MOV race director, Rod, letting them know what's going to happen on this deal. We'll see what happens out of this. But the Conley family might be having an interesting drive back to Millersburg, Ohio tonight.
Yeah, that was definitely kind of an exciting move going into turn number 1. Of course, they raced together quite a bit, so they're used to it. And we'll let the officials sort that out. That's when those rules come out, and I just say I'm an announcer. So I'm just calling what I see here. So tough start.
We're on our 3rd caution, by the way.
7 laps in the books. And
trying to determine what the lineup will be here when we get ready to go back to it here. Got a couple of cars stopped is what I've been told. All right.
So everyone should go back where they were at before that caution, with the exception of those that are going to be charged with the caution. So everyone else should be back in the same position, as we did not get a lap in, still on lap number 7.
Fun night here. Got a car stop. Conley up on the outside or at the bottom of turn number 4. Still working, 33 laps to go. Jared Hawkins out in front. Steve Casebolt with his problems has parked it. So Tim Dome now sits in 2nd. And Zach Dome normally drives the 6T car, but Tim Dome started his career for the longest time. Mike Goins in the 6T, and he said Zach's being the family man. He's being the daddy. He's being the great wife to husband to his wife, and taking the weekend off racing. Probably going to come back next weekend. But Tim Dome's having fun. Grandpa Dome's having fun tonight.
Well, tough break. The guy that's going to lose out here is Austin Mills, as he's the one that looped around, and he will have to restart from the tail. So he was 8th as that caution restarted, and he'll have to restart from the tail.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will get ready to come back for the restart. They are in the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. 7 laps are down. 33 to go with the Buckeye opener at Atomic Speedway. Green in the air, Mike Goins, as they dive into turn 1.
And again, 3 wide with 2 Conleys side by side. And looks like Hawkins going to get away. Carrier still in second. Here comes RJ. He's going to slide up underneath a Tim Dome. And Rod Conley going to look underneath him. Great hard racing battle between those guys. RJ Conley going to take over that 3rd spot.
Racing all over the place. They are 3 wide. They are 4 wide. They are even sometimes 5 wide around the 3/8 mile high banks at Atomic Speedway. What an opening night here at Buckeye Speed Week. Cars all over the racetrack. There's action everywhere. Fraser's in the mix. Long Break is in the mix. Oh my goodness, pick a place, pick a spot. It's action all over the place, and it's still the Jayhawk, Jared Hawkins, leading the way as they go back into turn number 1. Jared Hawkins leads the way in car number 11. Jared Hawkins out in front. Eddie Carrier Jr. is in 2nd spot. Sitting in 3rd, car number 71, R.J. Conley. As Maury's car goes off the pace, down the back straightaway. Jared Hawkins still out in front as they go into turn 3, Mike.
Still continuing. Those top 5 cars have kind of gotten away. Walker Arthur sits in that 6th position. On behind him, back there, 7th to 10th. Good racing battle. Montgomery, both Montgomerys, Jason and Ryan side by side. Shannon Thornsberry right there as well. And Chris Garnes charging up through the field after that B main start. He's
problems in turn number 2. 1 car up the hill. That's the 91. That's Blake Naylor. Blake Naylor out of Sardinville, Ohio, with a problem.
Just missed him.
In the car number 91, he just missed. Which car did he miss? Eddie Carrier Jr. just missed Blake Naylor in 91 when he went to the top side of the racetrack in turn 2. And he has looked like he stalled the car, Mike. We go under caution. This is yellow flag number 5. He at least got 13 laps in now.
long ways to go. 13 laps in the books. And it looks like Naylor...
If you walk in here in the middle of the race, what up with you?
Caution coming out. Blake Naylor's car. Out of Sardinville, Ohio, with a problem. Oh, we got one up the hill in turn number 2 as well. That's the, is that the 21 car? 21 of Howell? Kenny Howell's car going to the top of the wall in turns 1 and 2. He rolls back down again. Caution Staller on the 91 of the machine of Blake Naylor, the 91S. And got to give a save to Eddie Carrier Jr., Mike Goins. I understand from our scoreboard man beside us, we didn't catch it because the caution was going on and we were writing down our notes, but he had just missed, Eddie Carrier Jr. just missed Naylor clipping him up out of turn 2.
Yeah, it looked like Naylor was kind of struggling there. I noticed just before the last caution, he was kind of struggling to the top side of the racetrack and had his hands full, so...
Paul Witten. Doug Drown was in the money dash in the opening lap, or actually they didn't even get a lap complete. He hit the wall on the bottom of turn number 3 after contact, and it knocked out the toe end and the tire and the left rear, all went flying through the air, and he couldn't get his car fixed. Had a provisional to make the race, but he couldn't get the car fixed. As well as Tyler Carpenter. Heat 3 winner had a mechanical issue. He wasn't able to start in the Kryptonite number 28 as well, so... 13 laps in of 40. 27 laps to go. We're working the opening go here for the Buckeye Late Model Dirt Week.